Mic'd up, Francesa on the Fan, Yes Network, NFL picks still to come. We'll talk some college football with Gary Danielson. He has the LSU-Auburn game tomorrow on CBS. Right now, we're welcomed in by the best defensive player in the game right now, and the only Jet who talks to me these days is the only one who likes me still is Revis. Mr. Revis, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine. Congratulations on your big award this week, Player of the Week, or whatever you won. Thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Although you did mug him on that play when you got the pick for the touchdown, as you know. I mean, you still probably have a 9 on your palm. You had him so long by that 19. You know that?
That's what everybody think. Yeah.
Well, you guys were getting into it pretty good that day, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a good competition. You know, I know Brandon very well.
He's pretty physical, right?
Yes, he's a great receiver.
But I mean, you guys, he pushed off once early in the game on you. I mean, he's one that likes to get into you a little bit. Like he likes to get a little contact going, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes a lot of contact.
So what do you do with a guy like that when you got a guy who likes to run up into you and give you, and get very physical with you? How does that change the way you play?
The only thing you can try to do is just get physical back. He was talking to the refs. I was talking to the refs, but you just got to know that it's going to be a dogfight, the whole game.
Well, you obviously got the better of it. It's nice to see a little action, isn't it? I mean, it's nice to see a team. I don't know if you go into a game thinking you probably go in thinking, no one's going to come near me again this week. They decided to throw the ball at you a lot more than most teams do. You know that?
Yeah, that was their game plan, I guess. But they have confidence in their guys, and Brandon Marshall. And, I normally usually probably be on the number one guy. So I figure that they're going to throw the ball.
Well, but most teams ignore you. I mean, a lot of teams don't go near you. I mean, even Peyton Manning never threw the ball anywhere near you. At least these guys gave you a little chance to make a couple of plays, so it's nice to get a couple of picks for a change, right?
Yeah. The more attempts at me, the more the merrier. The more I get to try to make a play or two here and intercept the ball.
We're talking with Revis this week. Another good passing attack. In comes Vincent Jackson, another physical receiver, big guy, and a quarterback that likes to throw the ball up to him, and a quarterback that's pretty good at dropping the ball into places. And a guy doesn't have a cannon, but a guy who's pretty accurate with the ball, Rivers, isn't he?
Philip is very accurate, man. We played against him 2 years ago. It was a good matchup. It was a playoff game for us. We came in with a great game plan, and this week we feel that we have a great game plan too. But the guy's unbelievable. He has two receivers who's 6'5", 230, and Vincent Jackson and Malcolm Floyd. So he just slings that thing, and I can't forget about Antonio Gates. He slings the ball to those guys, and they come up with it.
Yeah, they haven't been as crisp. He's thrown a couple more picks than he usually does, but they still getting the ball moved, that's for sure. Jackson is averaging, I just looked a minute ago, 17 a catch. Floyd's averaging 21 a catch. Those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah, I think this is probably, besides the Patriots, this is probably, one of the best, passing teams in the league. They get the ball down the field very well, and it's a vertical passing game that they have.
We're talking with in my estimation, the best defensive player in the league, and Revis, as the Jets get ready to take on the Chargers this week. A lot of guys have been talking about you being the best corner since Deion Sanders and everything, and really even he played in a time when the rules have changed 2 or 3 times since his day, and he didn't play in a time when you were allowed to be as physical with receivers as the old days, and even now the rules have become even tougher for the corners. So for what you do is even more impressive than those guys did, because they do make it, all kidding aside, except for that one play, you don't get to put any contact on these receivers anymore.
No, the rules are very strict. They're very tough. The refs do a great job. If they see it, throw the flag. If they don't, they don't. The game's going so fast out there. but to say this one more time, I did not mug Brandon Marshall.
No, not
film.
Wait. You can't. Wait. You have him by. You go back, and I'll tell you what. Then I want you to come in this studio with me when you have a chance, and I will donate anything to your best charity if you tell me you don't have him by the jersey 10 yards down the field.
No. First of all, if you know football and you watch the film, you can see he was tripping. And then he ran into me. That's the only thing I can do is put my hands in the way. And then when I seen the ball, I moved him out the way, pushed him out the way to get the interception. That's not mugging him.
Oh, that's how you had his jersey. He fell into you.
So you know football, though. You know football, or do you know how to, ask questions?
Hey, you listen. You can say whatever you want, okay? You know you can't touch him like that down the field.
Do you know football, or are you good at interviewing?
I'm both.
No, you're not. You're good at one.
No, I'm
good, and I'm good at one.
Well, you're very good at one, but I know what I'm watching here, and you know.
And you're very good at one too.
You know you can't touch him like that down the field.
Mike. Just keep it as that.
Yeah, hey, listen. I will donate whatever you want if you try to squirm out of this one.
I don't need no donations.
You know that still. Hey, listen. You can say whatever you want.
I don't need no donations.
Wait, you want to go on a record and say that's not a penalty? On a record.
A penalty? I can say whatever I want to say. It's not a penalty.
Not a penalty.
Did the ref throw the flag?
No.
Okay then.
Well, wait, he can't. He's not allowed to miss one.
It's not a penalty. It's not a penalty. Just like if the ref don't throw the flag when he pushes off of me. This is the game, brother. What are you talking about?
Well, I didn't say you didn't get away with one.
There's a number of things that go on that field that you have no clue, but you know football.
Wait a second. Aren't you allowed to get away with one though?
It's a whole bunch of things that go on the field that you have no clue. So what are you trying to say? Throw a flag? No, they did.
No, they did not throw a flag.
Okay, so the play is the play.
But that doesn't mean you didn't get away with one.
The play was the play. The play was the play. The quarterback threw the ball was behind him anyway. He was nowhere in sight to catch the ball. So what are you talking about?
Well,
the ball was way behind him. I had to move him.
You are still the only one in the world who doesn't think that was a penalty, including the guys who.
I don't care. I don't care what everybody thinks. I don't care what you think. I don't care.
I don't expect you. Listen, I don't expect you to care. It's over with.
I watched the film.
But you can.
You good at interviewing. I'm good at what I do. Just leave it as that.
Well, wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that just because that you're a corner and I'm not, that I can't say that was a penalty? Now, come on.
Dude, why? Because you got a radio station?
No.
Why? Because you got an influential voice out here that you can say what you want to say?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm allowed to have an opinion.
Okay, that's your opinion. But have you ever been out on that field?
That doesn't matter. That's not fair.
Yes,
that's not fair. Hey, did John Gruden say that was a penalty?
I don't care who said it. John Gruden, you, whoever.
Hey,
I don't care.
Wait a second. So no one can have it. Who's that talking?
This is Jared Williams from the Just Pure Staff.
This is why nobody don't want to get interviewed by him.
Oh, stop. Wait a second. Get back. What are you getting on there for?
Whatever, dude.
They're all hanging up.
What is he hanging up for? Wait, you're telling him to hang up? Wait a second. The Jets hang up? I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, you're telling me he is going to hang up the phone. You see, this is why I don't talk to the Jets. I mean, this is unbelievable. And I'll tell you right now, I was only kidding around with him. But this is where, who's the guy who got on the phone and told him to hang up? I mean, you got to be kidding me. I mean, listen, now I'm going to be serious for a second. Yes, that was a penalty. I don't care what he says. Now, I was kidding around with him, and now he's going to make a big deal about it. But here's where the Jets shouldn't give me any players, because that's why you're going to tell me that I can't be honest with the guy? I mean, I'm the only one in America who thought that was a penalty, including Gruden, Jaworski, and everybody else who watched the darn play. So, listen, the idea that I can't do that, I'm not going to let anyone tell me what is and what isn't a penalty. That's all there is to it. And this is why I don't get on with the Jets. I mean, that's bottom line. That's my last shot with it. Now I don't even have one Jet that likes me. That's unbelievable. But I'm sorry. I got to be honest, folks. There's nothing I can do, even if it's Revis or not Revis. And he's a great player, but I'm not going to have him tell me something is that isn't. That's all there is to it. There's nothing. I was ready to move on, but he wouldn't let me move on. So that's the bottom line. But I'm sorry. This is a penalty. And I don't care if it's Revis or not Revis. And for them to hang up is ridiculous. I was ready to move on anyway. We just could have moved on from it. That would have been the end of it. But the idea that that's not a penalty is just ridiculous. And I don't know who the guy is. Could you tell me, Ray, who the guy is who got on the phone? What's his name? Jared? Who is Jared? What's his name? He's one of their PR assistants, I guess, who told him to hang up the phone. So that's it. But I'll tell you honestly, you got to be honest about it, folks. I can't call it a penalty all week and then get on with Revis and not call it a penalty. I can't do that because that's just not honest. It is a penalty. Whether he thinks that I can't play corner, and I can't. But I've been watching football for a long time, and I know if it's a penalty or not, and that's a penalty. And I don't care if he's a great corner, and he's an all-time player. And he's a great player. He's a good guy, too. So I have no problem with Revis getting mad at me. But just because he's Revis doesn't mean because he says it's not a penalty, it's not a penalty. It is a penalty. But now I lost the last Jet I can talk to. Now I have no Jets to talk to. Well, what can I do? Back after this.